The Brown Park Podcast is brought to you by Grow Clinics. They're Australia's leading hair transplant clinics, and you can go to growclinics.com.au. Howdy.
G'day.
Today, our guest is a lovely lady by the name of Reggie Bird, nee Sorensen. Or is it the other way around that you do that? Reggie Sorensen, nee Bird? I don't know how does that work?
Hyphens are in it. I'm not sure.
No, nee is like your previous name. You never heard that before?
No.
So nee, no, I don't know. It's weird. It's,
Okay.
I can't
Never
explain
ever.
it.
You haven't, so that's good.
The Brown Park Podcast.
Question.
Okay.
Now, you've been in radio a long time. You've, I guess, assume you would have had headphones on the whole time, a lot of loud noises. Mm-hmm. And I've noticed a couple of times, and I started to question whether it's me mumbling, which I sometimes do, and I speak really quick from time to time. But after all those years in radio, how is your hearing?
Sorry, what?
Sorry, come again?
My hearing is not great anymore.
What do you hear? Like, I mean, because I've got a little bit of industrial deafness, and I just hear I want to say cicadas or crickets. Like if it's fully quiet, I'm just hearing a little bit of that noise in my.
So mine is like a slightly louder cicada.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's constant. It's I've definitely got tinnitus, but I went into one of the you know how you got Specsavers and they're like the petrol station of eyewear. You pull in, you get your eyewear, you go out. And then you've got but you've now got all these hearing places that are popping up in major shopping centres everywhere.
And do you avoid them like the plague or what?
I went in once and the woman was horrified. And she went, "Oh my God." She said, "You couldn't hear half of that." And I went, "Huh? It's again? Tuesday." Now, today's guest is a lady by the name of Reggie Bird. What do you prefer? Do you prefer Reggie Bird or is it Reggie Sorensen now?
Oh, look, I guess everyone still knows me as Reggie Bird, and
because you're married?
even that. No, I'm twice divorced.
Twice divorced?
Yeah, but I am. I won't fucking do it again, I tell you. But,
famous last words.
Yeah, so Reggie Bird was from my first marriage. So I'm Regina Sorensen. But when I went back on Big Brother, they went, Reggie, they know he's Reggie Bird. So sort of stuck with it, and me Facebook profile's Reggie Bird. So
where'd the Sorensen come from? Is that
the second
one,
marriage?
The other husband?
Yeah.
Okay.
So if I need to go back to my maiden name, which is Bingham.
Reggie Bingham.
Bingham. But it's just a shit fight to change everything. So
well, maybe just get married again and then keep it things simple.
I should do. Oh no, I can't do it again.
Yeah. We were just talking about, and I was reading an article before we jumped on the podcast about how you won Big Brother in 2003, and there's not many people in your position of winning a reality TV show that is still so loved. Like, what are we, 21 years after you won it?
Yeah, it's crazy. As soon as they hear my voice, if I'm in the supermarket or on the phone, it's like, that's Reggie. Like, it's my voice is very unique and annoying, but I'm very well known from that. It's so many years on. It's really crazy. Yeah.
There's two of you that and I know the other one, but there's you and Big Trev.
Yeah, well, you work with Big Trev too, though.
I work with Big Trev, but the amount, and I hang out with him, and the amount of love that I see for him and the amount of love that I've seen when we're out with you is phenomenal. Everybody still remembers you, and everybody's got a smile and a hug and everything.
And I think it's because we're real people. Like, we're genuinely real down-to-earth people, and the public connect with us. They feel like they can come up and say g'day. They're not scared to do that. So, like, there's been housemates. Fuck it. Oh, sorry. There I go.
No,
First
you
one.
can swear.
Beep.
You can swear.
Beep. You know, like, where they're too scared to go up to them because they're so pretentious and fake.
Yeah.
You know, but with me and Trev, we're very down-to-earth and approachable.
When you went into Big Brother, how did you go being just a typical Aussie chick, being put into that scenario, knowing you've been filmed the whole time?
The first one, I just wanted to go in like I always going to be myself. I wanted a holiday. That's why I went into the very first.
Did it feel like a holiday?
Shit, yeah. It was awesome.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, 3 months of not cooking fish and chips was the best thing I ever did. And, no, I remember going in there, said to myself, don't think anyone's watching you. And that's what I did. And the second one, going into that again, was totally different. So, because I knew that everyone was watching, and I had to be a bit smart about what I had to do the second time round.
Did you shower with your clothes on? Because I've always thought if I get into that sort of scenario, I don't know whether I'm going to shower fully nude.
The first one, this is how stupid I am. So I had no idea that they were going to do like an uncut show, an up late show, and show me map at Tassie to everyone. So, but it was after 3 weeks. I was wearing my bikinis, and I'm like things are getting a bit crusty down there. I've got to give it a good scrub. So I went, I've got to go nude. So, but I said to the boys in the house, because I was married and wanted to respect my husband, I said, no, I've got to I need a shower nude. So told them all, you're not coming in while I'm showering nude. So took it all off. And then, they played the whole thing out on Uncut, which I found out about after my sister and I were walking through Harvey Norman down in Hobart. And some guy yells out, "Reggie, shows your map at Tassie again." And
oh my God!
And I looked at and I looked at my sister and I said, "What was that?" And she said, "Oh, you've got no idea what they've shown of you."
I want to go back. What was young Reggie like back when before Big Brother, before everybody knew who you were,
before your first marriage?
Oh wow! Me, gosh, I was a girl growing up in a very poor area. I grew up in a suburb called Rugby. Was very rough, housing commission area. Did it tough. My dad was a merchant seaman. He was always away at sea working, and my mum, she's a paranoid schizophrenic. Mum was always in and out of a mental hospital. I was a middle child. I've got an older brother and a younger sister, so I was the black sheep of the family, I could say. And, yeah, we did it tough. But I was always a hard worker, so worked my ass off. As soon as I left school at 15, all I wanted to do was get a job, save up, buy a car and travel the world. And I had to look after my mum.
Who would look after you if your father was away and your mother was in and out of institutions?
Yeah, my nan would come and look after us, and that was not nice. Yeah, but, we had someone there to come and help, but, yeah.
Talk about if you want to or not, but how did that go as a child with your mum suffering those mental illnesses? How did that show up in the household for you?
Yeah, it was really, really hard, and it wasn't until I got older that I'm like, what's going on? I remember Mum having an episode in a supermarket one time, and she was screaming and yelling at me, and I'm like, oh, what's going on here? And then one time, I would have been maybe 15 or 16, and it was like she was possessed by a devil, and she picked me up and threw me down the hallway. And I'm just like, shit. Like, it was like she was possessed. It was so bizarre. And I also have memories of Mum being taken away by the police and handcuffed. And it was really, really sad, horrible time. But as I said, like, I didn't realise until I got older and understood what a paranoid schizophrenic was.
Is your mother still with us now? How's she going now?
Yeah, Mum. She's down home in Tassie. Her and Dad are still kicking along, but she, still rings me 20 times a day and still thinks the birds are talking to her and still thinks that Dad's trying to kill her and Dad's having an affair and you've just got to reassure her. Like, you have to reassure her. And she watches this show called Doc Martin on on her iPad. I think it was it's a British show, but she believes that it's all real. Like, and she believes all the characters are real, and she'll ring me and go, "Oh, Gina, like, you know, they're getting married and this has happened," and I'm like, "Yeah, that's okay, Mum." So sometimes you just got to go, yeah, it's all good, you know, like go along with it. But then I have to tell her, look, you know, Dad's not having an affair because he had a fall and he can't get out of bed. So he's not going to be moving.
Unless the affair's coming to him, that's not happening.
Yeah.
How do you deal with having to look after your parents when you've also got to look after yourself and your kids? And it's a hard age to go through, isn't it?
I take my hat off to my sister, Anita. She's Mum's full-time carer down home in Tassie. And she's struggling at the moment because she's just got herself a job, and because Mum and Dad live in a town called Newbina, just down past Port Arthur. It's like hour 40 out of Hobart. So my sister's she's 44 and she's trying to get her life on track, and she's looking after Mum and Dad, and she does a lot. It's hard. And then because I know that my sister's at work, so and she can't take the phone calls, so I'll take the phone calls and try and do what I can while she's working, just to tell Mum that everything's okay. Yeah.
Because your sister's got her own life to live as well, and she, you know, it'd be tough. It'd be tough being in the middle of it.
It's hard. Like, she can't, you know, like she doesn't have a life, and she's having her bloody mental breakdowns, like, because she can't cope anymore. And I'm like, well, I can't come down and help you at the moment, you know, because I've got my kids to look after.
And yourself.
And myself and my own bloody health issues. So it's hard. Like, even if I went down home to go and help her, where Mum and Dad live, there's no public transport or anything. They're in the bush. And I can't drive because I'm legally blind. So if I come down home, I can't
do anything. Yeah.
All I can do is sit there. I can't do anything else.
Brown
Punk.
As always, we need to say a massive thank you to Grow Clinics for the continued support of our podcast. Now, they understand the power of confidence, and they're here to help you rediscover yours. Say goodbye to insecurities and say hello to a more confident you with a cutting-edge hair transplant solution. Their state-of-the-art hair transplant procedures are designed to deliver natural results that seamlessly integrate with your existing hair. No two individuals are alike, and neither are their solutions. Grow Clinic's experienced team tailors each treatment plan to suit your unique needs, ensuring optimal results and satisfaction. Regain control over your appearance and boost your self-esteem. A fuller head of hair can make a world of difference, and Grow Clinic's procedures are designed to empower you from the inside out. The team of skilled professionals at Grow Clinics are seasoned experts in the field of hair transplantation, so rest assured knowing you're in the hands of professionals dedicated to your well-being. Experience a hassle-free journey from consultation to completion. Grow Clinics is committed to providing seamless process, ensuring your comfort and satisfaction every step of the way. Don't let hair loss dictate your narrative anymore. Grow Clinics invites you to embark on a life-changing adventure, one that promises not just hair restoration, but a renewed sense of self and limitless confidence. Head over to their website at growclinics.com.au and tell them Brown Park sent you.
In a world that's often defined by its shadows, I'm here to shine a light on the power of redemption and resilience of the human spirit. I'm Russell Manser. Welcome to The Stick Up. My journey is one of stark contrast, from a past stained with bank robberies, prison wars, to the present, where I openly explore the depths of trauma, survival, transformation, and hope.
How did you take that, Brave? Like, when someone says your role model is not here no more, how did you take that?
It's just a moment that I don't talk about that, but it impacts me greatly, and it will forever.
Join me each week as I engage with guests who have navigated the darkest corners of their own lives.
My other sister, who was sitting on the floor, her back snapped up. And I went, oh my God, it's happened to her too.
Subscribe now to The Stick Up with me, Russell Manser, and embark on a journey that goes beyond the surface.
If I look at my career, I never want to win the grand final. I want to be in the top 4 or the top 6 for my whole career, you know.
You want to keep the hunger?
Yeah, for sure.
That's the hunger.
Search The Stick Up on Spotify, YouTube, or wherever you get your podcasts.
The Brown Podcast.
Well, tell us about that too. So you're legally blind now. How has that come about?
You were diagnosed just after you won Big Brother, weren't you?
Yeah. So that's when I found out that I had this eye disease. So it was after Big Brother, and I went to work at Virgin. I was training to be a flight attendant, and in the training,
I remember that.
we had to work with people with disabilities. So a blind lady came in. She said how she went blind, and the first thing she said was, "I can't see in the dark." And I said to her, well, I can't see in the dark. I said, I've never met anyone else that said that. So, and she said straight away, go and get your eyes looked at. So I went to a optometrist, and then they said, no, you need to see an ophthalmologist. I was living in Melbourne at the time and went to see an ophthalmologist. He gave me the diagnosis of having retinitis pigmentosa. And I thought nothing of it. Like, I just brushed it aside and I thought absolutely nothing of it. Then it wasn't until I moved up here to the Gold Coast when I met Dale, my then second husband, and Mia was a baby, she was crawling. And I kept kicking her and tripping over her, and I'm like, oh, the poor little bugger. I'm kicking the shit out of her while she's crawling on the floor. And then Dale said, go and get your eyes looked at again. So I went to see Dr. Robert Burke down in Southport, and he said that day when I saw him, he said, you need to stop driving right now. And I was like, what? Yeah. And I'm like, what the hell? And that's when my whole world came crashing down. I'm like, shit. So I had to hand my driver's license in. Oh, God, it was awful. So when I had Lucas and was told that he had cystic fibrosis when he was born, that's when I went into like a real spiral of my own depression. Depression. I just went down like into this dark hole of did not want to be here.
You must have thought the world was almost conspiring against you.
It was awful.
Especially since the high of winning Big Brother and having all the attention and the fame and you know, there's opportunities presented to you and things like that, to then have the constant roller coaster of your eyesight and then cystic fibrosis for your son, and then there's also the deafness that's been put in there as well.
Yeah, I know.
What?
Like,
what is there more?
Yeah. So when I did a interview with 60 Minutes, which was 14 odd years ago, and that was on about my eye disease with Michael Usher, and I was pregnant with Lucas. And then they took my DNA, and they took all my family's DNA. We were trying to find the connection, the link where my eye disease came from. And it all came back inconclusive?
Inconclusive,
yeah. So it was really weird. So when I did this last Big Brother, I had a call from the DNA bank in Western Australia. So that's where the DNA went to. Out of the blue, heard nothing for 13 years, and they said, we found your genetic link. And I was just so excited. I'm like, wow, because I'm always looking up like what's happening in the world of stem cell research and what's happening with, can they restore eyesight, all that stuff. So when I found that out, I was just absolutely super excited. And then when I went back to Dr. Burke to get the result, as soon as the lady said, oh, we've got your result, you've got Usher Syndrome. And I was just like, I burst into tears.
As you would.
Yeah, I just like Usher's, not Usher's, because that's when the worst. It was the worst outcome. So, which is deaf, blind. So we'll be deaf and blind. Yeah, and I'm just like, what the? This is fucked up.
So have you noticed that your hearing's going as well, or is it not yet?
It's funny because the kids go, Mum, you're deaf. You can't, I go, what? Like, we yell at each other and they're going, yeah. But I think it's okay because I had to go to Hearing Australia and do all the hearing testing and stuff. They said I'm okay at the moment. So, Touch wood wherever there's wood.
Touch wood.
There's none here. Oh, shit. I'm doomed.
Didn't they tell you that with your eyesight that when you were originally diagnosed that you'd have 15 years left before you'd be completely blind, and now you're at, what, 21? 22 years?
So when I first got diagnosed, I said, within 15 years you'll be totally blind. And I'm like, oh, shit. So it's now 21. Yeah, so I've got 6 years. So I've got 9 degrees of 8 or 9 degrees of just pinhole vision. And how I explain, I've got no peripheral, no night vision. I've had both cataracts removed off my eyes. And how I explain to people, it's like looking through a straw. So if you look through a straw, that's all I can see. Or another thing that I say is I can see a pen across the room, but I'll trip over 100 elephants to get to that pen. So it's really weird, like, because I get a lot of comments like, oh, I thought you were blind. How could you see this? She's blind. Right. She's faking it. She's,
I've seen that on your socials.
Yeah,
where I love the fact that you actually have a crack at these people.
Oh, yeah. So, fuck you.
Good on you.
So,
that's it. Walk a mile in my shoes and tell me how blind I am. Yeah.
Like who would fake? Who would want to fake going blind? I would give anything to drive. Just to jump in a car and sit in traffic and go, this is bliss. Like traffic's annoying, but just to jump in a car and be able to drive, I would give anything to do that. And also to, if you look at my body, I've got bruises, always got bruises because I bang into shit. Going to the supermarket, I take my cane when I go to the shops, just to let people know, and my badge.
So with your eyesight, I mean, you say it's kind of like looking through a straw. So does that mean that like eventually like that little bit of light that you see in the straw will eventually like will that get smaller and smaller type of thing? Is that what it means?
Yeah, it's closing in, and also like I see dark black spots, and I also see white spots, and I see circles. Like, how do I explain? It's like having soap in your eyes. Yeah, but that's all going to go, and shit, I don't know what I'm going to do. Like when it's all gone, I just don't know. I don't try and think about it, and
well, hopefully by the time it gets to that point, there may be some medical advancements. You just don't know because the world's moving so fast in that space already.
Well, I'm on clinical trials. I'm doing clinical trials at the moment for it, but I don't know if I'm taking a placebo or the real deal. Okay. So, and I'm not allowed to fucking talk about it anymore. So, no, because I was posting when I was going to the clinic and with my fan base, and like I'm clinical trials today, and I'm doing bloods today, and all this shit, and that got shut down real quick. So, I'm not allowed to talk about it. So,
but it looks good.
I don't know.
Yeah, have you noticed a difference? Are you allowed to?
Well, probably not. Here I am going, I'm not allowed to talk about it, but they took me off the trials for a month because my liver levels were through the roof. But I think it's from drinking all these vodka cans.
White Claw.
Hey, with the low in calories, though, it's all good.
I thought I brought sugar-free ones, but they're low carbs, so good on you.
You need the Gold Coast ones, the hard fizz.
Oh, what's that?
Yeah, they're local. They're the same as White Claw, but they're local Gold Coast brand.
Oh, I need to find out about them. Are they in all the body shops?
They're everywhere. They're everywhere.
What's it called?
Hard fizz.
Yeah.
Hard fizz.
Yeah.
Okay, I need to be their brand ambassador. I need a job. I need to make some money.
If you're going to get a sponsor, you want an alcohol sponsor, don't you? That'd be the best.
Well, you look at all these influencers. I can't stand them, but anyway, bloody goal this year is I need to make some money. So even after winning Big Brother last year or the year before, keep forgetting we're in a new year. Sorry.
right.
Like you can't buy a house for $250,000, and I went to the bank to go and borrow over $500,000. You need $500,000 over to get a bloody anything here on the Gold Coast. Yeah. And because they said you're not working, we need proof of income for over 6 months. And you know what? No one really wants to employ a blind woman. So it's friggin' a shit situation. So I've just been living off the winnings, which are dwindling away, I can't say it's shit. Like I'm very blessed and thankful for bloody winning it again. But I'm still in a situation where no one wants to employ someone with a disability and is going blind, and it's hard.
How do you even get there too? Like you're going to rely on public transport or...
Yeah. Like today I had to go to the bank and that was like a mission. It was like, you know, a couple of buses and taxi, Ubers, all that stuff to get around. But I've got to do something. I have to do something. And the thing is, like, a lot of people still want to see me on TV and they want, you know, I'd love to do like a Travel Guys, a Goggle Box, or I'd do my own show. Like we do our own elder sibling Facebook Live show when Big Brother was on commentating. Yeah. And we have over a quarter of viewers of what Big Brother was actually getting at the time. So we're going to come back. Me and Roddy are going to come back and do our own thing again. But I need to bloody try and find out how to make some money.
Hang on, didn't you make a joke not so long ago that you were going to start an OnlyFans, and then the Daily Mail jumped on that and posted it everywhere? And
Yes. So it was a meme because I keep getting banned off Facebook all the time because of my stupid memes that I post. But one it was a meme saying, please lower the price of groceries because my body's not built for OnlyFans. And then they've jumped on it going, oh, she's poor, she's broke, she's selling her body on OnlyFans. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, give me strength. And they've since done another 3 articles on me, and they all put the OnlyFans thing in there. And I'm thinking, well, if they're saying I'm on OnlyFans, I might as well bloody do it.
Reggie, you never know.
Well, look, we were talking about me feet, so get on
Foot Finder.
Footfetish.com.
Yeah.
Hey, it's worth a shot.
Yeah, well, people might want to look at me finger toes, you know. So
I'm with you, Reg. I've got finger toes as well. My toes are super long.
Oh, mine are so long. But they keep saying I'm on OnlyFans, but I've never looked into it at all. I don't know whether it's oversaturated now. I got no idea. Are people over it? Like, I don't know.
Christo?
Why are you asking me? I do not use it. I don't know anything about it.
Brown
Park.
Grow Clinics are proud to support the Brown Park podcast, and if you're feeling like your hairline's doing a disappearing act faster than Houdini at a birthday party, or maybe you're looking more like a bowling ball than a babe magnet, fear not, our follicular friends. Grow Clinics is here to give your head the green thumb it deserves. We're not talking about magic beans, but they'll have those little hair soldiers marching across your scalp like a victory parade. Grow Clinics uses cutting-edge technology so advanced it'll make your barber cry tears of envy. Plus, it's completely pain-free, and unlike that time you tried to dye your hair blonde with lemon juice, admit it, you've done it. So stop worrying about your dome and start strutting your stuff with Grow Clinics. They'll give you the main event, not just a comb-over comeback. Grow Clinics. Grow your confidence, grow your hair, and don't wait. Call them today and check out their website at growclinics.com.au and tell them that Brown Park sent you.
Coming up this season on 2 Lives.
I wasted too many years of my life focusing on what's wrong with me. What I have learned through this is that I am enough. Damn it, I'm good enough.
It was tough to disappoint my mother. It was tough to watch my father feel like he failed. That was hard. So, I turned my life around in prison.
It actually was very comforting to know I'm not a bad person trying to get good. I was a sick person trying to get well.
All that and more in Season 9 of 2 Lives. The Brown Podcast.
Let's go back to the mental health challenges that you've had. Did you go to therapy? Did you jump on medication? How'd you handle it?
I did go and see a psychologist.
Yep.
I think that's what they're called. Yeah, psychologist. Yep. And she made me feel fucking worse than what I was. So I went there to get help, and she goes, you need to write a diary. And she goes, you have to write, it was a whole calendar thing every day. I had to write every hour of every day of how I was feeling and what I was thinking, and like, this is just too hard. I went to the loo. I did a shit. Like, what do you want me to write? So
I had to push harder to get it out.
Yeah, like I'm feeling a bit horny at the moment. I'm feeling sick, But anyway, so when I went back to her after a week, she goes, "Oh, how am I meant to help you? You haven't written down what you were thinking." And I just went, whatever, love, I'm out of here. So I went, nah, I'm snapping out of this shit, and I just got myself back together. I didn't take any medication because after all the years of seeing what my mother's taken like, it's just endless pills, and it's done absolutely nothing for her. And she's just been used as I think a guinea pig all her life. And if anything, a lot of it made her worse. I don't know, but I'm very, I'm like, nah, I've got to do it myself. And that's what I did. And exercise is the best bloody medicine.
That's a common theme. So many people say the same thing. They're struggling mentally. They get out and exercise, and it just changes everything.
Yeah.
It does. It really does. Like, I do have a drink, but once you start moving and either going for a walk, a swim, it does help. It really does. So that's what I did. I didn't want to take antidepressants. I've had a lot of health issues over the years. I had 7 years ago, I had a minor stroke, and then I found out when they did an MRI brain scan, they found all this shit wrong with my brain, and then they put me on this medication. I suffer badly with migraines. So they put me on this medication. And then when I was having all these side effects, like my lips were frigging getting big, and I'm like, what the fuck's going on here? And like burning and tingling. It was like eating a chili. And anyway, so I Googled up the medication, and I'm like, I'm on an antidepressant, and I've just tried to avoid that. I've got nothing against it for those who do need it, and it does help people, but I'm one that's just seen what my mum's gone through, and I'm like, nah, I don't want to take anything. And again, like, I'm going through menopause, which sucks.
Jesus Christ. Jesus, Reggie.
I'm 50 in March. So I'm going through menopause. It's the worst, I tell you what. If you're married, got partners, when you're hitting this age, it sucks dog balls big time. So, but I, again, like, went to the doctors, and she wanted to put me on antidepressants to get rid of the hot flashes. And I'm like, I'll just friggin' put the fan on myself. So, yeah. No, but I've got nothing against people who do have to have medication to help their depression. Depression. Yeah.
10 years down the track for Reggie Bird, Sorensen, Bingham, whatever you want to go by.
Yet to be decided.
Where do you hope to see yourself in 10 years? Because I know you've had a bit of a bucket list of things that you wanted to do while you could still see things.
Yeah, can you see me top Reggie's bucket list? I mean,
Reggie's bucket list.
Yeah. So
nice. Okay, so what's
next is for my 50th, I'm going to Bali, which I've avoided all my life. Because I'm scared. You know, like, I have so much bad luck. They'll do a Chappelle Corby on me and put drugs in my bag. So I'm gonna go over with no luggage. I'm just gonna layer myself up. I'm gonna put on 10 pairs of undies, 10 pairs of fucking t-shirts.
But don't worry about it. It's cheap over there, Reggie. Just wear the clothes, and you'll buy what you need to from Kuta, and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Oh, can you?
Oh yeah. You'll come back decked up in
fake Gucci
Bintang beer and fake Rolexes and stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? Okay,
Yeah.
so that's my next thing that I'm doing. But in 10 years, where I see myself in 10 years' time, I have this goal in my head. I just want a home for my kids. That's what I want. That's all I want. But I'm just finding that.
So where are you living now? Are you renting?
Yeah. I've been renting shit since I left friggin' Tasmania 20-odd years ago. I'm renting and, and like a lot of people out there, they're battling to pay this high rents.
Yeah, rents are high now. Yeah.
It's hard. It's really hard. And, like, I don't want to sound like a fucking Debbie Downer, like, because not at all. I feel for the people who totally.
And look, anybody that knows you, considering the circumstances that you've gone through, you are anything but a Debbie Downer.
You're far from it, Jesus. You really got the genetic, arse end of the basket. And look at you. You're still smiling. You're still, come across like you're having a good time.
Sipping your White Claw, you're on it.
Yeah, that's it.
You got to make the most of every day. You have to. Like living with this eye disease, knowing that I'm going blind and all my other health issues and Lucas with his cystic fibrosis, shit, I could wake up tomorrow and never see again. So I just bloody go out there and live life to the best that I can.
Could it go that quick? Like, could you theoretically wake up tomorrow and just gone skis?
Be gone,
Far out.
It's scary, and I don't, like I said, I try not to think about it, but, I still have to learn a lot. There's a long road ahead of learning how to deal with total blindness. I have to learn Braille. I've got, there's a lot, but.
Are you trying to learn Braille at the moment?
Well, I had an occupational therapist come out to see me a few weeks back. She said to me, why do you want to learn Braille? And I was quite taken back by that. I'm like, I thought all people that are going blind or blind vision impaired would learn Braille. She goes, there's so much technology now, like you don't need to learn it, but I still want to feel whether I'm going into the men's toilets or not.
Well, hey, there's ways to do that, Reggie. There's ways to do that, Reggie, without Braille.
I could get in there without, go in there and feel a doodle at the fucking, what are they called, urinals?
What else is on the list, though, Reggie? What else is on the list? You got Bali. What else?
Oh, gosh, I want to do swimming with the sharks in South Australia. I'm going to put that last because I think that the shark will eat me. So
with your luck, Reggie, potentially.
And with my luck. So I want to put that last. Oh, look, I really want to I want to travel around Australia. Like when me and my sister, we did this relocatable camper van from Cairns to Sydney. We did this road trip. $1 a day. You pay $1 a day to get the van back. And we had the best time. I would love to do a Reggie's relocatable TV show. Get whoever. It doesn't have to be my sister. I would love to get random people. Let's get a relocatable van and just go places and film it. I'd love to do that.
For sure.
Let's hope we can get that happening for you. That'd be fantastic.
Look, things are going to happen this year. I can feel it in my waters. It's going to be good. It's going to be a good year.
Is that the waters from sweating with the menopause, or
no? It's from drinking too much vodka, and I got a wee.
Well, on that note, Reggie, we'll let you go, and thanks so much for your time.
Thank you for having me, guys, and all the best with your podcast.
And if we want to follow you, obviously you are Reggie Bird on socials, and also Reggie Sorensen, and maybe to be Reggie Bingham, and maybe to be whoever you marry next.
Do you have a partner right now?
Yeah, I've got a partner. We've been together 6 years this year, but I keep him quiet. No one really knows much about him. So he's an introvert. He's very quiet, doesn't want to be in the limelight, so I've kept it that way. No one really knew until the last Big Brother when he turned up to see me win it again. So they're like, who's this guy on stage with Reggie? It's like, who is he? Yeah. So, no, he's good. He's a good fella.
That's good. Well, we wish you all the best, Reggie. Thanks for joining us on the show.
Cheers.
Thank you so much.
You.
The Brown Podcast.